Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Pine Tarot, or of course, welcome to the channel for the very first time if you're brand new here. Thank you so much for joining me today for our pick a card reading on the topic of angels. More specifically, we're asking our angels today to please come forward with a soothing message. So you should be able to walk away from this reading today with something that balms the heart, maybe makes you feel a little bit better about a certain situation, or maybe even provides some insight on something that you're really desperately looking for some guidance on, as angels are very helpful with. So without further ado, let us pick our pile leaders to choose our messages with. So calling on angels for everybody collectively in our community, please come forward with the highest best intentions to help us choose our cards. Thank you. And specifically, very fittingly, we're using the Angel Guide Oracle today. Very beautiful deck. Recommend it if you are interested in Oracle decks. So there's pile number 1. Here is pile number 2. And I'm choosing this one for pile number 3. All right, let's unveil our leaders today. So for pile 1, your pile leader today is the Angel of Harmony and Resolution. A lot of fire and water energy depictions in that card. Very beautiful. For pile number 2 today, here in the middle, your pile leader is the Angel of Honesty and Communication. Also very gorgeous card. Of course, the whole deck is beautiful, right? But then for pile number 3, last but not least, your angel today is the Angel of another beautiful card, Self-Acceptance. We're actually just going to shift these just a little bit. Apologies for... There we go. Perfect. So, quick refresher. Pile 1, Harmony and Resolution. Pile 2, Honesty and Communication. Pile 3, Self-Acceptance. However, as I always say, you're welcome to pause right now if you need more time to meditate over the piles, to choose your message with today. If you are new to pick a card readings and you're not quite sure how to pick, I like to guide us through what I call a meditative moment. So close your eyes, take in a deep cleansing breath, and as you do, imagine, just picture light filling your lungs, then hold it for just a few moments. And then when you breathe back out again and you open your eyes, where are your eyes drawn most first? What feels right down in your gut, in your stomach? We call that, of course, like our instinct, our intuition. And that is the pile that I recommend you choose for your angel message today. But whatever your method, as I always say, you can even just pick on what looks like the coolest card. That works too. You can drop down to the description box below or the top pinned comment beneath the reading. Find the timestamp for your pile, and I'll see you in our little chat about a soothing message from your angels today. Toodaloo. Hello there, my wonderful pile number 1. Welcome today to your soothing angel message reading. And of course, as you can recall, you were drawn to the very beautiful angel card of Harmony and Resolution for your pile leader. So we'll set that over here to the left to begin, as we always do with our pile leaders. And in terms of drawing cards, I want to start today with both tarot decks that we have available to us. So we're going to first kind of ask what area of your life this soothing message is related to, and then we're going to do a tarot spread more about the overall trajectory of the situation at hand, okay? So calling on the angels collectively for pile 1 today, please provide us with the right cards to explain what it is you want to talk to them about. Thank you. For pile 1's highest, best good. The best intentions in mind. Okay, I'm drawn to this one for your Pastoral Tarot. And then let's draw your Ethereal Visions. And I don't know what it is about this deck, but I'm always really drawn to it for angel readings. I think because of the gold gilding. It's like the gold metallic just makes me think of angel energy. Angelic energy, I should say. Very beautiful. Okay, there's number 1. And for the last card, I'm going to draw into that one back there where we got card number 4. Okay, so let's unveil your Pastoral Tarot. This will be more about what area of your life this is related to. So we have the Six of Swords, and pile 1, Six of Swords in tarot, just like the depiction of these people going forward on a boat it tends to represent the idea of moving forward, moving to better pastures, moving to places that are better for us, okay? It tends to represent sometimes even physical moving of some sort. So I don't know if some of you are thinking about moving beyond something that's been bothering you or some situation that isn't like the best. You want to get to a better place, okay? Or maybe some of you are like literally actually moving. Maybe you're wanting some good information back on like acceptance of becoming like a renter of a certain place or buying a house of some sort. It's something along those lines. So moving like movement forward types, things like that. And then also potentially like just getting to a place that's better for you in terms of physical, emotional, and or mental and spiritual health. Okay. So that is piece of information number 1. We will get some more, obviously, details with your main tarot spread. So let's grab those cards. We have the 6 of Cups, another 6. Okay, and the 6 of Cups is all about nostalgia, the past. We have 2 sibling brothers here putting flowers in the cups. Very cute. They almost look like twins, I would say. So something about your past is influencing this reading as well. Let's grab the next card. We have the Queen of Swords, okay? And the Queen of Swords is feminine energy meets air, especially in terms of mastering it. So we think of feminine energy as things that are done more so on the like the internal side. Things that aren't so much physical, it's more like emotional. And air is all about communication and logic and intelligence. Things like along those lines are in that particular subset. So I almost wonder, pile 1, if you are trying to like correct something from your past, or you're trying to work through something from your past, maybe this physical move or this moving to better pastures is even if it's more metaphorical rather than like a literal movement of some sort, it's like you trying to work through or trying to understand more about what happened or trying to get through the past pains that have been occurring, especially too when we think about your pile leader, pile 1, your harmony and resolution. That makes me think it's like you're trying to bring something to an end, or you're trying to find some sort of peace. Okay, so mental peace is what I'm hearing, but also probably emotional, because you do have both swords and cups. Swords are the mental in tarot, cups are the emotional in tarot. But let's keep going and see what else we grab here. We have the heart of the matter is the 5 of Wands reversed. Okay, overcoming egos, overcoming especially competitive type ego issues, like situations where people have been like combating with each other in terms of willpower or ideas, or like they want their way or the highway kind of sort of thinking. Especially you can see here it's depicted they're fighting each other. They're literally, but it's not a harsh fight. It's more like they're kind of playing with sticks and they're just trying to figure out who's the best warrior. So being reversed, it's like overcoming that more subtle fight of some sort. Okay. Interesting. Let's keep going, and then I'll get some more details on overall what that means for your message. Then we have the Page of Cups reversed, can represent something that is not a surprise, because upright, it tends to represent a surprise, right? And then it also represents needing to explore our emotions more. Pages are explorers. They're also, I would say, like apprentices, kind of. They're like youthful energy matched along with their element of their suit, which is water for cups, okay? And that tends to deal with emotions, things like that. And then, last but not least, we have the Knight of Wands, another court card, but the knights, instead of like the pages who are explorers, knights take action, they go forward. The cards of movement, oftentimes. And wands are fire, which is all about our passion, our ambition, our ego, our willpower, those things, creativity sometimes. So what an interesting spread you have here, pile number 1. Okay, I'm going to just kind of shuffle these a little bit closer together to make more room for the other oracle cards, which will be advice cards and other details later. But so far what I'm seeing from your tarot spread, yes, just to summarize, not to repeat too much, but just to summarize, you're trying to move past something, and the angels are trying to help you with that, okay? It's something to do with your past that you're trying to move forward from. You're trying to think through it logically. You're trying to do everything very carefully like a Queen of Swords would do. But the heart of the matter is, like I said, that 5 of Wands reversed. So very interestingly, it's like, I almost wonder if the issue with your trying to move on from wherever this is and find peace and harmony and resolution is not so much that it is impossible to move on or get to this place, but it's like an internal conflict with yourself over, like, it's like, I guess the best way to explain it, pile one, if I'm being kind of vague right now, is it's one of those situations where it's like, you know, you can move on, you know, you can move forward, but there's something internal that you almost feel like it needs to be done before you can get to that point, okay? And I think that's why the Page of Cups reversed came out as the near future card. It's like needing, as I said, needing to explore emotions more, needing to explore our feelings more. So if you're looking for advice in your situation, pile number one, whatever that might specifically be for each and every one of you, your advice would be to explore your emotions around this situation more. There's something that you're kind of neglecting in terms of your feelings. Hence why that Page of Cups reversed came out in the near future position. And I think that is what will clear the way, because your outcome is actually really good in terms of, you know, moving forward. You have the Knight of Wands as an outcome upright, okay? Knight of Wands tends to, you know, like, takes action on their passions, like I said, takes action on the things that they care about, creativity, things like that. So you have good movement forward, and I think you're going to get to the place that you're looking for. So if you especially are looking for, like, rental, or you're asking questions, or you've been asking angels questions like, you know, oh, well, give me a sign that I'm going to get this place, or I'm going to be able to rent this place, or, like, the loan is going to go through, or whatever it is you're kind of looking on that area, this is a really good outcome. So your soothing message in that case, if that is your situation, is it's going to work out. But there is maybe something you need to think about more emotionally that needs to happen first to be the key that unlocks that door to the energy of the Knight of Wands, then moving forward, okay? In terms of timing, if you're looking for questions on timing, the Knight of Wands I tend to see is like the second fastest type of knight in the entire tarot deck. Knight of Swords is the fastest. Knight of Wands is about like the second fastest, as I would see it. I would say it's not going to be, you know, like I said, if you're looking for timing, it's not going to be an immediate answer of like now. It's not going to be tomorrow necessarily, but pretty soon. Okay, I would say, you know, it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish here, but within a month or so is what I'm hearing from the angels. About a month. I'm seeing 1 and M, so 1 month, okay? Something along those lines. Trying to see and read for all situations here. I mean, honestly, pile one, that is the soothing message in and of itself, is you are going to make that movement forward with the Six of Swords that you're looking for, okay? You are going to make that movement forward. It just needs a little bit more internal emotional reflection on your part before that resolution comes, and then the speed of the Knight of Wands goes forward and takes that baton, takes that torch, and moves it along in terms of the timeline of the universe, okay? So also, if this is a situation where you've been trying to maybe go through a lot of like past like traumas or past emotional situations that it still affect you to this day, because, you know, you did have the Six of Cups, pile one, as your inciting incident, I like to call the first card. And that tends to represent a situation where it's like something from the past is being dredged up, and especially next to the Queen of Swords, she's very like contemplative type expression. It's like she's thinking about the past. She's trying to process that, especially from, you know, the perspective of air, which is, like I said, logically thinking through things. That's what air element is all about in cartomancy, okay? You're almost on your way to making progress in that area too, if that's your situation. It's just a little bit longer here with the Page of Cups reversed, okay? More exploring. Delve even deeper. And then within a month or so, I would say you're going to see at least some sort of milestone of progress of whatever you're trying to get to. Okay, let's grab your other cards. I want to see what else pops out. We have the Healing Spirits Oracle next, which I love to also use for angel messages, spirit guide messages too, but Healing Spirits Oracle. Anything else, angels? What else do you want to say? We have... Speaking of spirit guide, ask your spirit guide, number 15. Okay, and we have, looks like energy forming from the palms of this person, and also it looks like crown chakra energy, downloads, right? Especially too, even the movement of the card is up and down, downloads. So I know this is technically an angel reading, pile one, and I know I personally at least consider angels as some of our spirit guides. I think they're kind of similar. I know the energy is a little bit different, but as part of their role, they're kind of similar, right? I think your angels are saying, your spirit guide. One of your spirit guides has an answer for you. I'll draw some more tarot cards on that because I want to maybe glean a little bit more about what they want you to ask your spirit guides. Let's see that. Angels, can you tell us a little bit more about the Ask Your Spirit Guide card? What are you saying with that? Let me shuffle my tarot deck. What do you mean with that? 1 or 2 cards, thanks. King of Cups reversed. Okay, something with emotional maturity. Emotional processing. So emotions is coming up again. And needing a different perspective. Okay, you know what it is, pile 1? There's something one of your spirit guides, or even multiple maybe, they want to help you with getting a different perspective on something regarding either mastering your emotions over something or about a certain situation. Maybe that's why that Page of Cups came up reversed earlier, needing to explore those things more. And also, the King of Cups reversed can represent someone who is emotionally immature, tends to be masculine energy, hence it's a king, right? I don't know if, for those of you that have already done spirit guide work, if you tend to have a spirit guide that, I don't want to say they're emotionally immature because, like, being a spirit guide, they have to kind of be emotionally mature, but at the same time, like, I almost wonder if some of you have one that you recognize that is maybe a little bit more of a goof, more of a jokester, maybe seems a little bit immature, even though they actually are wise. They kind of make me think of that archetype of the fool who is really, like, they seem silly, but actually they're really wise, like a Diogenes type, the philosopher from ancient Greece, right? So if you have a spirit guide like that, that is the one I recommend that you reach out to. That's what I'm hearing with these 2 cards. But in general, there's a spirit guide that wants to help you gain different perspective on something emotional to process here that will also help you through this journey. So, if you are not familiar with spirit guide work, I recommend maybe doing a meditation to meet your spirit guides. There are a lot of guided meditations on YouTube that I watch plenty of them myself, so I can recommend their quality, right? To meet spirit guides, okay? And feel free to chime down in the comments down below if some of you already kind of know some really good ones. I don't think you can link technically in YouTube comments, but if you know maybe a channel name, that would be great to mention, okay, that you like their guided meditations. Yes, so reach out to a spirit guide to help with this. That will help also break through. And sometimes, pile 1, part of the lesson in terms of emotionally processing things is also learning more to rely on your spirit guides for things. Okay, so that might be another reason why you're being encouraged in this direction by your angels. Like, I feel kind of bad because it's like you came here for an angel reading, but your angels are being like, hey, go talk to your spirit guide. This is their wheelhouse, okay? So I guess, I don't mean like feel bad, but I just find it funny that it's, an angel reading and it's like, go talk to your spirit guides, but that's the part of the advice you're gaining. So let's also grab your last oracle card. We're going to use the surrender deck. What should they surrender, angels? Or what will be surrendered? Soothing messages. So, overall, if there's anything you take away from this reading, pile 1, it's that the thing that you're looking for resolution for in terms of movement forward is going to be resolved pretty soon. So, if I were to summarize your reading in a sentence, but it just takes a little bit more emotional processing on your end, different perspectives on this, through asking your spirit guides. Then we have surrender fear, beautiful message. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. Okay, so I think part of the emotional processing you're being asked to investigate a little bit here before you make this forward momentum. Your angels are saying is just surrender fear. There's something about your past that causes fear in you in terms of the movement you're trying to make forward. So if you were to address what is causing this fear, maybe you don't even know yet, pile 1. That's very common. Sometimes we have emotions and we just don't know why because we're not necessarily like tuning into them. We live a 3D experience. We're trying to just get by during our day-to-day, wake up, go to work, deal with our situation and our details, things like that. We don't always pause to listen and tune in, which also meditation is great for. So I recommend it for that reason as well. But at the same time, pile 1, we might not even know what is causing emotions. And I think right now your angels are saying there's something that you fear. What do you fear most right now? And ask yourself, why? especially when it comes to what it is you're trying to make movement forward in. And that's part of what you should explore with both your own internal reflection as well as with your spirit guide, or multiple spirit guides potentially, okay? And that's what'll get you moving forward. That's what'll bring the peace. That's what'll bring the resolution, okay? So really analyze your fears. Why are you fearful? What is causing this fear? Is it past experiences, like the energy of the Six of Cups? Okay. Maybe the Queen of Swords coming out is you saying to yourself, well, I logically know it'll probably go better in the future, or this will go well. But my past experiences are still tainting me. They're combating with my logic, hence the Five of Wands reversed. So the answer with it being the heart of the matter is like overcoming that competition from your fears to use logic to move past them, to move past those emotions so that you get that forward momentum, okay? That's also a little bit of what I'm hearing from your angels today, pile number 1. Okay? So, pretty straightforward. That was your message for today, pile 1. Short and sweet. But yeah, if I had to summarize it, it's your movements coming soon. About within a month, if you're looking for timing. You are going to make this forward momentum, but reach out to your spirit guides. Think about things from a different perspective, especially in terms of your fears, okay? Power through with the power of the Queen of Swords. She cuts through things with logic, especially when it comes to internal reflection because she's feminine energy, right? And you're going to get that harmony and resolution, that peace that you're looking for. Okay, so that's your soothing message for today. I hope you liked it. I hope that it resonated with you, as I always say. If so, please like the video itself. Please comment down below. Please subscribe to Lone Pine Tarot. If you have not done so yet, that's just one little button click away for you, which helps me immeasurably with providing more readings for both you and others in the future. And as I always like to say, our tradition on the channel, at the end of our readings, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day with lots of forward momentum and healing and blessings. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, pile 1. Hello there, my wonderful pile number 2. Welcome today to your soothing angel message. And as you recall, you were drawn to the very beautiful angel of honesty and communication for your pile leader today. So we'll set her over here to the left, as we always do. And let's draw your tarot cards from 2 different decks today, asking your angels first, what is it, or what area of your life is the soothing message all about? So, calling on angels collectively for pile 2 today. What area of their life are you talking about? Thank you. What do you want to talk to them about? Okay, so we actually have 2 that popped out. We'll take both of them. And we'll draw the other cards, but let's just talk about these now. We have the Queen of Swords, so we have a woman playing chess. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. So far, pile 2, I think what your angels want to talk to you about, we'll see with your other tarot cards that I draw, but with the Queen of Swords next to the Wheel of Fortune, that's all about how you're logically thinking through something as well as a good turn of luck. Okay, so this might actually be like a blessing reading, especially regarding something that you've had to think about a lot lately. Maybe something's been kind of mentally stressing you out, or you're trying to wonder, like, how do I logically or like tactfully go about doing something? If you've been really trying to think things through lately, like whatever it is in your life right now that you're trying to struggle to figure out, or like maybe in terms of like making steps for something, that's kind of the area that I'm seeing in terms of where this blessing is coming from. So your soothing message seems to be a good turn of luck in this area. Okay. Also fittingly, you have honesty and communication as your pile leader, pile 2. And the Queen of Swords being of the suit of swords, which is air in tarot, is all about communication and truth and intelligence and logic. So even, here in your angel card, it almost kind of seems like heart chakra, but I'm going to say because this is an honesty and communication card, it looks more like it's actually her throat chakra, which also deals with those areas of being truthful and honest. So I don't know, maybe you're trying to figure out if someone is being honest with you, or you're trying out like how to communicate with somebody, or you're trying to figure out how to interpret that, like something someone said to you, or it's like you're really thinking deeply about something, and this is where the blessing is coming from. Okay, so let's grab your other tarot cards just to see more of the details. We'll see, maybe the Queen of Swords will pop out again with this deck. We will see. Angels, anything else you want to say? 5 cards, more about the situation from beginning to end. Thank you. Okay. Well, I would take all of those. Actually, those might be 5 cards in a row. We might take them. Let's see. Usually I like to take cards as they fall out because I see them as the way that it was supposed to fall out. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, 6. You have a lot of extra cards today, Pile, too. We had 2 up here. You have 6 with this one. Okay, so we're going to take these. So I apologize in advance if the desk is a little bit cramped, but we're going to take them. Okay, so the first one is the Page of Wands, all about exploring our passions, exploring what makes us feel alive, okay? Moving from areas of a lack of passion to where do I want to direct my passion towards, my energy, my willpower. Okay. Next we have another page, but she's the Page of Swords. So we have another Swords, like your queen. She's very similar in that she's also a page, exploring things, learning new things, young, youthful, but in terms of the way we think about something. So I almost wonder if for a lot of you, this situation is something where it started out as you were trying to figure out where to direct a passion or some sort of willpower of yours or creativity. Could also be another interpretation of the Page of Wands. But what it's turned into, Pile 2, is something more about, okay, well, how the heck do I direct through this logically? Logically, how do I get this? What are my actual steps? What is my next move on my chessboard? Okay, hence why it turned from a Page of Wands into a Page of Swords. Then we have the Well, and the Well is actually specific to this deck. That's why you're never going to see it in a different deck than the Ethereal Visions. And the Well is all about things from deep down inside of us, okay? The subconscious, our dreams. It's also about creativity sometimes as well, because that's where creativity comes from, is deep within inside too, right? So it's about searching within ourselves is how I interpret it with my own personal view of that card. And then we have Judgment. We have a major arcana, all about I like to call it the level up card. It's almost about moving into the next phase of something. It's about rising to the next level. It's, if you're familiar with, say, video games, it's like you got enough experience and now you're moving up to the next level or the next area, okay? The next big boss you're ready to fight, okay? And then we have the Ace of Wands, more Wands energy, more fire, a new opportunity in terms of our passions, in terms of our power, our ego, creativity, things like that. As we said, similar with other Wands before. And then last but not least, we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so sometimes it can mean needing to put more work into something being reversed. It can also mean that you're working really hard on something, but not getting quite what you want out of the labor that you put into it. Okay, so interesting spread, lots of extra cards. You had an extra card from both decks today, so it seems your angels have a lot to say, speaking of communication, right? Yes, so as I said before, Pile 2, just to repeat a little bit, just to kind of get us back on board, yes, there's a blessing coming in terms of something you're trying to logically think through regarding a passion of yours, okay? Or regarding something that you're passionate about, or like I said, for some of you, it could be trying to figure out the meaning of like what someone communicated to you, or trying to figure out, maybe you're trying to figure out how you're communicating someone or something to someone else. Maybe you're trying to figure out, how am I going to word this? Things like that, or what's my next logical step? Something along those lines, okay? Now you have 2 Heart of the Matter cards because you have 6 cards. And your Heart of the Matter cards are the Well and the Judgment card. Now we already explained what those are, so I won't repeat too much. But what I'm hearing is that really the answer deep down is, well, excuse the pun, deep down, because you have the Well card, as I said, that's about the subconscious, things from deep within ourselves. And that is what will bring you to the next level with like the Judgment card. That's what's going to skyrocket you towards the goal that you're trying to get to, okay? So really, really think deeply. Think almost from a subconscious level. Also, if some of you have had any like repeated dreams or odd dreams lately, that might be another reason why the Well came up, is like I said, it, being, the card of the subconscious, I always kind of think of dreams as like imagery or symbolism of the subconscious that our brain processes at night, right? Sometimes we even get downloads from our dreams, right? From the other side, from above. And so it's like your angels are saying there's something subconscious you need to pay attention to. And that will help you figure this out. That will help you understand. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to like subconscious things, even like intuition, because that's another interpretation of the Well Pile too. Because intuition comes from deep down as well. Sometimes it just pops out. We don't even know where like this idea or this thought came from. Sometimes that might be your angels, and sometimes spirit guides too, nudging you in a way, saying, hey, this is the right idea. So pay attention to those random thoughts that are like intuitive. Pay attention to your dreams. That will also help provide the answer going forward, okay? And then the blessing comes in pile 2, because here at the end, you have the Ace of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Now, normally I would read this as an outcome of, something like you're not going to get what you put into it, or I would read it as like needing to work more on it. But because this is a blessing reading with the context of the Wheel of Fortune, meaning a good turn of fate, a good turn of luck, I'm reading that as something that's going to be resolved. That's how I typically read reversals in blessing readings. Okay, so however that connects with everything that we've talked about so far, you're going to get a new opportunity, something to do with your passions. Maybe that's why this all started out like the Page of Wands we talked about, something you're passionate about, something you're interested in. You're going to get a new opportunity in that area that's going to fix what feels like you've just been working too hard and not getting enough fruits of your labor out of it. That's what's going to resolve in a blessing reading with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, okay? So that might mean many different things to many different people watching this particular pile, but just know that your efforts with this thing or this situation have not been for naught, okay? You're going to get an opportunity in this area, okay? It just requires a little on your end of searching something deep inside subconsciously to help you think through the logical exploration that you've been trying to figure out, like I said, with the Queen of Swords here, and especially with the Page of Swords that came out after her, okay? So think deeply, think with dreams, think with intuition, and that will bring you to the next level that brings this opportunity that rewards you for your efforts, okay? That will turn that Eight of Pentacles right side up instead of upside down, okay? Let me see, make sure there's nothing else here with your tarot cards. See if there's any intuitive messages as well. And then, of course, we also have some oracle decks to draw some cards from, too, to get more advice and context. And it's interesting because you have a lot of cards facing the left. And in tarot, that's another really deep, rich symbolism with tarot, is the direction in which people are looking. And I like to see when people are facing left, it's looking towards the past. Your Page of Wands looking to the left and up. Your Page of Swords is looking to the left and down. The Well is looking to the left. You have, well, the Judgment card's looking to the right, so that would be the future, right? So it's like a lot of this might also include you processing things logically from the past, especially if you are a creative person and this is a creative conundrum that you have in terms of maybe like a creative project potentially. Draw on your experiences from your past, especially where that does connect to your dreams or your subconscious, because that much past energy with all those people looking left pile 2 makes me think that, something from your past is really pivotal in what's going to get you to the Judgment level up. Okay, to bring you that blessing we talked about with the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Ace of Wands and Eight of Pentacles reversed at the end here, okay? And 2, that also might be a sign where if you're looking for inspiration of some sort that will bring you this blessing, choose honesty, because as we all know, the best art is always the most honest art. Because that's what, I don't care what media it is, pile 2. I don't care if it's writing. I don't care if it's a painting. I don't care if it's music. The reason why art works and connects with people, no matter what the medium, is because it speaks to an honest truth and resonates within others. So choose truth if this is like a creative project, okay? Same thing too, if you're trying to communicate with people, maybe if it's not even creative, you're trying to figure out how to word something to somebody, choose honesty. Honesty is your North Star in this situation to bringing this blessing. Of course, nicely worded honesty, especially if you know it maybe is a harsh message, or maybe it might be received harshly, potentially, but that's what your angels are saying is the key forward. Okay, the key that'll open that door. Truth from deep inside, like the well. That will bring it to the next level. That will be the option. That's your best route to take. So actually, it's also not just a blessing reading, it's a reading of advice from the angels that will soothe you. Look for the honesty deep down. That will bring you the opportunity that you're looking for to get the blessing or the best outcome, the best turn of luck that you're hoping happens, okay? So let us also grab your other oracle cards. We have the Healing Spirits Oracle today. fantastic for angel work. Also just spirit guides in general, but just a great deck all around, I should say. Anything else, angels, you want to say to pile number 2? We have, when it feels right, do it. Number 32, if you're interested in the numerology, or I guess that would be 5 added together, right? 32. When it feels right, do it. And that just makes me think, once again, be honest with whatever it is you're trying to accomplish here. Honesty is your best policy. Also, if you are looking for guidance of any sort on when to do something, that's your answer right here, pile 2. When it feels right, do it. That's your angel saying you're going to have a gut intuition deep down when you're going to know it's the right time to go forward. Okay? So follow your emotions and follow your guts. That is your key here into timing. When it feels right, do it. Okay? And that's also a way of honesty too. Maybe it's even you're afraid to communicate something to somebody because you're afraid of rejection. Maybe it's like you're thinking about asking somebody out. Or maybe it's you're asking, potentially to a boss like, hey, I might be interested in a promotion that's available or something like that. Honesty is your best policy, pile 2. When it feels right, be honest. Okay? Because you are. If you speak from deep down, that's the unlocking that will get you the opportunity that you're looking for. Okay? When it feels right, be honest. Okay? And then we also have the surrender card. So let's grab a surrender card to cap off the reading from your angels today. Angels, anything else you want to say? What should they surrender? What's being surrendered? Thank you. Okay, well, this one for sure is like pick me. It's quite sticking out. We have surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages. Okay, like your gut. She's holding her stomach there. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Okay, so that also, I think, is an avenue in which your angels and spirit guides as well speak to you, pile 2. They give you feelings. They give you pieces of intuition to follow. Also, just in general, your body knows a lot more than we technically think we do, okay? Especially in terms of the subconscious. Like one phenomena we don't really recognize enough is, and this is just an example, so I apologize for the tangent here, pile 2, but for example, let's say you're out in the wild and all of a sudden it gets really quiet. There's no bird song. You feel like the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up. Well, oftentimes that means there's like an animal or predator in the area, right? Now, us as modern humans think, well, I don't know, that's kind of weird. We don't necessarily know why we feel off, but we do. Because that is your subconscious, the wisdom of your body, from, many, 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 many generations of humans that learned from those lessons and honed those things through genetics, right? To feel those instincts. So follow your instincts. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Surrender to the wisdom of what your body and your gut knows. Because sometimes your subconscious, just like the well we talked about, remember, knows more than we do on a conscious level. Okay? Sometimes we just need to follow what our body says. So remember what it says. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you feel energized and happy, move forward. So that's another guidepost for you. If it feels right, do it. Okay? Very similar, actually, these two different oracle cards. Interestingly, they're both kind of purple and pink as well, which kind of just makes me think of angel energy as well. Pink, love. Purple means spiritual, right? Even your pile leader is kind of pink, purple, a little bit of orange and yellow there too, but which also means communication, right? Yellow is the color of air, at least in terms of traditional symbology, right? And air is communication and honesty, truthfulness, okay? If you're looking for any advice in terms of, one thing coming forward right now is I'm thinking throat chakra, which is interesting because I think pile 1 also had a throat chakra type suggestion. I think it was. I would recommend trying to unblock your throat chakra. That might help you in this situation. Also, your, I think, solar plexus I'm hearing as well, especially with a lot of the yellow imagery we've seen. Okay. So solar plexus and your throat. Those are the two things I would recommend you work on if you want to do some chakra work to help you through this. Okay. Yeah, follow your instincts, pile, too. That'll get you to where you need to go. You already know the direction. You already know the way. You just have to listen to the voice inside that whispers it to you, okay? And that will bring you to the blessing of your hard work being rewarded, of the outcome and the turn of luck that you're looking for, as we said with the Wheel of Fortune. So that is your reading for today, my wonderful pile number 2, your soothing message from the angels. If you liked it and if it helped you and it resonated, please like the video itself. Please comment down below. Please subscribe to Lone Pine Tarot. If you have not done so already, as I always say, it's just a tiny little button click away from you. It just takes half a second, which helps me immeasurably in supporting the dream of this channel and providing more readings for both you and others in the future. And as I always say in our tradition, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Remember to follow your gut and follow your honesty. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, pile 2. Hello there, my wonderful pile number 3. Welcome today to your soothing angel message. And as you recall, you were drawn to the very beautiful and very cute card of self-acceptance. So we'll set your pile leader over here to the left to begin. And today we're going to start your reading with the 2 tarot decks we have. We're going to first ask your angels more about what it is they want to talk to you about, what's the context or area of your life that this soothing message is related to. And then the other tarot cards will be more of the trajectory from beginning to end. What is going to happen? What is this all stemming from? Things like that. So angels, please tell us more about the situation at hand you want to give them a soothing message with. Thanks. Okay, for sure this one. And then let's draw your tarot cards today, pile 3, from the other deck, using Ethereal Visions today. I always like using this with angel readings because, I don't know, I always feel like the gold gilding just fits with angels. Very beautiful deck. Okay, for sure that one. There's number 5. Okay, let's unveil your tarot spread for today, pile 3. Now, first up from the Pastoral Tarot area of your life this is related to, we have wonderful, a vineyard with the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles, pile 3, is all about reaping the fruits of your labor. So what your angels want to talk to you about today, what is soothing about this reading, is they want you to know something that you're getting a reward for based on hard work that you've done so far. That is what the 9 of Pentacles is all about. Okay? Just like when they work hard on raising the grapes, it's like finally enjoying the wine from the fruit that you put so much effort into growing and processing and pressing and aging. Okay? First up with the other tarot deck, we have the Queen of Cups reversed. Okay? Something to do with being secure with our emotions internally, something that'll make you feel more emotionally secure, maybe regarding self-acceptance, okay? Hence your pile leader. Let's look at the other cards. Number 2 is the 5 of Wands reversed. This card has been haunting a lot of the readings today, so the 5 of Wands reversed, kind of a collective message, but also tends to represent overcoming areas of conflict in terms of especially ego or willpower, being a fire card with wands. Sometimes it also means overcoming competition, something becoming too competitive even. Third card today is the 2 of Swords reversed. Indecisiveness is the heart of the matter, okay? So there's something to do with a choice as well. Then we've got the Well reversed, another card that's been haunting a lot of readings today. I guess that's a collective message. Needing to listen to our subconscious more. Needing to listen to our spirit more. Something deep, deep down that we need to dredge up. We need to give light of day. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the 5 of Swords reversed. overcoming a conflict of some sort. Very similar to the Five of Wands. They're both about people fighting. However, the Five of Swords reversed is more about harsher conflicts, okay? As we see, if you look at it upright, right, pile 3, some people are wounded. Some people are contemplative, like, was it really worth it? Was it really the best choice or fight in the end? Versus the more lighthearted Five of Wands conflict energy, with it being more about competitiveness rather than sharp things, okay? So, you know, what an interesting reading, pile 3. Let's look everything over. So yes, reaping the fruits of your labor. Okay. Apologies for this silence. I'm just making sure I'm reading everything correctly here. Sometimes the intuitive messages pops through and then I get it, but... especially hinging on a choice. Indecisiveness, because you have all reversals today too. So I tend to see all reversals, pile 3, in terms of a blessing reading, and I this is how I would almost read this for you, because the Nine of Pentacles is like a blessing. It's, like I said, something that you reap from the fruits of your labor, okay? And so in a blessing reading, I always read reversals as these are the things that are going to change for the better, okay? In a blessing reading. So what I'm seeing here, pile 3, is whatever it is you've been working really hard on lately, okay? There's a reward coming in terms of something that's going to help you feel more emotionally secure about things, hence the Queen of Cups reversed, okay? Because that's her domain, is all about feminine energy meeting the mastery of emotions in the heart, okay? Whatever's been making you feel insecure lately, maybe even the lack of a reward or fruits of your labor so far has made you feel kind of insecure about your skill or your ability. Maybe you feel like, oh God, am I not good enough? Is that why I'm not getting the result I'm looking for? Okay, that's going to be resolved with this. We're also seeing a lot about, with especially the 2 Five of Wands and the 5 of Swords, lots of conflict resolution. So if there's been areas of your life recently that have had a lot of tumultuous conflict, you know, both in terms of ego and both in terms of sharp words or tongues. Wands is ego, Swords is tongues, communication. That's going to be resolved as well. Also, you're going to gain a deeper understanding of the situation. That's also part of the blessing, hence the well reversed. Like I said, that's more about dredging up things from the subconscious or deeper levels. And most importantly, pile number 3, you're going to have some sort of blessing because of your labor when it comes to making a decision. Okay, when it comes to finally being able to make a choice. Maybe you've been waiting for a lot of this tumultuous energy to kind of clear out before you make a choice. So really, in the end then, pile 3, the blessing from your hard work through all of this chaos and these things that have been going on is technically the ability to finally make a choice or to make that movement forward, to be able to decide on a path rather than being stuck in one area, okay? So especially too, if you've been feeling kind of stuck in some ways recently because of these energies, both, you know, emotionally, internally, as well as these conflicts, okay? That's also going to resolve, okay? So actually for you, pile number 3, I didn't do this for the other piles today, but because every single pile is different, I'm going to draw some extra tarot cards for you in terms of like, how this is going to resolve, because we learned a lot about you're going to get the blessing. This is what the blessing is in terms of these areas being resolved, but we didn't see much about as like how. Now we do have oracle cards to draw as well, but I do just want to draw these tarot cards some extra for you to get more insight on that aspect. Okay, so let us draw from tarot. Angels, could you tell me a little bit more how? How does this resolve? What is the medium of delivery? Thank you. What's the medium of delivery? Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. Action taken with reliability, practicality, or someone that represents those traits. Okay. Then we've got the Knight of Wands. You got 2 knights. Wonderful. We have someone taking action a little bit more in a speedy way, not quite as slowly as the Knight of Pentacles in terms, especially too, of passion, ego, willpower, things like creatively, as well as another domain of the Wands being the fire suit. And then we have the World. Beautiful. Something coming to an end, and especially being upright, it's a satisfying conclusion. Okay. So we talked about the blessings of being able to make a choice, more emotional stability and happiness, less conflict, yes. But the how pile, number 3, is... Now, the knights can represent people because they're court cards. Okay, so that could mean someone who is an earth sign with pentacles, someone who is a fire sign with wands, okay? 2 people involved, or that represent these traits, so someone that's more practical, down to earth, reliable, someone that's more fiery and passionate. That's another way that can manifest. That those 2 resolve their conflicts in the situation, if that resonates with you, and that's what brings it to the end here with the world, okay? Satisfying conclusion is what that means. It can also mean that the resolution is brought about, and this blessing is brought about through more action taken within terms of financial stability, slow and steady, not cutting corners, being reliable and practical, and also action taken through things done with passion, things done with willpower, okay? And ambition is another word we can use with the Knight of Wands, okay? So, also, if you're looking for in terms of timing. Now, it's interesting because you have 2 different knights, and I tend to see each of the 4 knights in, 4 different speeds. Knight of Swords is the fastest, Knight of Pentacles is the slowest, okay? If you're wanting an answer is to something when is something going to happen? This is telling me, pile 3, that with the combination of the Knight of Pentacles being the slowest and the Knight of Wands is like the second fastest, I would almost see it as not immediate. It's not going to happen right away. It's a little bit farther out because of the Knight of Pentacles. But there is some aspect about it that you're going to hear about or learn about, or it's some movement's going to happen a bit faster. I would say I tend to read the Knight of Wands within the next month or few months or so, okay? So like I said, it's not as fast as the Knight of Swords, which would be within the next few weeks, right? So the main goal, maybe not for a while, but you are going to get a taste of it within the next few months or so. I would say probably a month, maybe, with the Knight of Wands, if you're looking for timing, okay? But yes, that at least is what they're saying in terms of the how of this blessing coming about. And it's interesting too, because I didn't even think about your pile leader yet, pile 3. We have self-acceptance. And I think that maybe is related to the emotional things that are going to resolve. I wonder if, there's some part of yourself you've been feeling down about recently, and that's part of the emotional healing that we're seeing with the Queen of Cups energy in a blessing reading reversed. It could also mean in terms of, maybe that's the reason why it happens at the pace that it does, because it relies a little bit more on self-acceptance within yourself, and that will make it happen faster. That's also actually another way that we can interpret this, is that it can happen faster with the Knight of Wands. You can technically get there faster, but another path forward is doing it slow and steadily and reliably, okay? Maybe that's what the choice is all about too, that you've been wondering. Should I do it more fastly, or should I do it more practically and reliably? Either way will get you to a satisfying conclusion, pile 3, because we do have the World, okay? That's what that means. Both paths will get you to where you want to go, to where you're supposed to be, okay? Things like that. Now let's draw your other cards, pile 3. We also have the Healing Spirits Oracle. So actually it's kind of multiple blessings coming forward, like I said. Making more peace in your life with that conflict resolution. Feeling more emotionally happy. Let's grab this one. We have from the Healing Spirits Oracle. The path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. Okay, that's another blessing coming out, pile 3. If things have been really chaotic and bumpy lately, if your life feels like you've been in a car and you've just been hitting speed bump after speed bump, this is your angel saying it's going to resolve soon. It's going to fix soon. So maybe that's what it is. With the Knight of Pentacles versus the Knight of Wands, like I said, Knight of Wands tends to be slowest, Knight of Pentacles tends to be slowest, Knight of Wands is kind of like the second fastest. that's another interpretation, is that it's been happening really slowly and then it goes a lot faster. Okay. Because like it says, your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. So I would say another thing coming forward because of your efforts is the blessing of a smoother road, pile 3. Okay. Things are going to get smoother. I'm going to actually just draw one tarot card on that and ask how. So angels, can you say how? One tarot card. How does it get smoother, or why? Thank you. The High Priestess. Because you follow your intuition with something. So if there's something that's really been prickling at you, pile 3, in terms of your intuition with this path, follow your gut intuition and that will make it smoother. That's the key that you open the door to a smoother path with, is following your intuition. That's what they're saying with the High Priestess, okay? And then last but not least, we have your wonderful Power of Surrender deck. I'm going to ask what either angels suggest that you surrender or what is being surrendered as well, because this is a blessing reading as well. Anything else, angels? Okay, that card just fell right into my lap. So I almost wonder symbolically, pile 3, if part of this blessing is going to fall in your lap, which kind of means unexpectedly, right? Like literally it fell right down in my lap, off screen down this way. We have surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Okay, so I wonder if this ties with your self-acceptance message here today, pile 3, as a part of maybe the emotional healing that you're going to be receiving because of all the effort that you've been putting in. I think maybe you've been dealing recently with some lower self-esteem because there's been some comparison of some sort to other people. It's very possible that, maybe in your job, there's been someone that's been doing really well and you feel like you're just slagging behind, or, maybe you're afraid of competition in other ways. I mean, maybe that's really what we had the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords earlier. Remember, those are the competitive fight cards. That's also what's going to resolve, is something's going to come forward that's going to make you feel less competitive with others, or feel like less that you have to compete with others, okay? That's also going to be part of the blessing of the resolving based on your hard work, okay? Yeah, keep your eyes on yourself, your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So that also will make your road a little less bumpy, pile 3, is focus on yourself more. Focus less on what other people are doing. Focus less on how you compare to other people, is what your angels are saying. And that will also bring about more emotional happiness. Because, the old saying, pile 3, comparison is the theft of joy. That's kind of what I'm hearing for your reading now. Comparison is the theft of joy. And that will bring you greater self-acceptance and the emotional blessings part of this reading. Okay, so just to summarize everything so far, pile 3, you're getting blessings in terms of conflict resolution. So where you've been having really bad conflicts lately, that's going to fix itself. Also in terms of inability to make decisions, or a certain choice maybe, that's going to resolve. Also, some of the emotional things, especially in regards to comparing yourself to other people and like self-acceptance, that's also going to fix. That is, well, it's half, an internal journey, pile 3, of accepting yourself more, but sometimes outside things can help that make us feel better about ourselves. So I almost wonder if, it's like someone that you think is very perfect might make a little bit of that you've been comparing yourself to, might make a little bit of a slip up, and it humanizes them to the point where it's like, oh, well, now I don't feel so bad, or I don't feel like I'm slagging behind. I mean, not that you want the other person to mess up, of course, pile 3, but sometimes those things happen, and it jolts us out of this not fantasy, but this misperception that oh, we're just so beneath other people, and this person that we might be comparing ourselves to just never makes any mistakes, or oh, I can't ever be as good as them. It's something like that happens, and it shakes reality into your perception. You're like, oh, okay, well, they're just as flawed as me, or we're just as good at it as each other, but maybe in different ways. Something along those lines. Another event like that's going to happen too, and I think that will help make your road smoother as well, especially in terms of the emotional things going on, okay? So, I mean, if there's one thing you walk away from with your reading today, pile 3, is just that your hard efforts in some area will be rewarded and the road is going to get smoother pretty soon. Okay? Within a month to a few months, I would say. All right. So, that is your reading for today from your angels, from your angels, your soothing message specifically. I hope you liked it. I hope it resonated. And of course, most of all, I hope that it helped you. If so, please like the reading itself or the video. Please comment down below. Please subscribe to Lone Pine Tarot if you have not done so yet. It's just a tiny little half-a-second button click away for you, which helps me immeasurably with the dream of this channel, as well as providing more readings for both you and others in the future. And as I always say in our tradition, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, Pile 3. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.